and she has built teams. One thing about her we love is that she's so full of energy every time we have her around. She's always carrying everybody along. She understands the power of a team. She has also found a way to simplify team building. She has also found a way to become a senior manager with the Pwan Group. For you to become a senior manager, you must develop 5 team managers. So you must understand that this lady is here to tell us how she's been doing it in the most simple way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have our guest speaker, Mrs. Stella Egochukwu. Hello, Ma. Please unmute yourself. We can't wait to have you.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
You can all unmute yourself. Let's say hello to her. Let's welcome her. Come on, guys.
You're welcome, Ma. Good evening, Ma. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Happy Sunday.
Welcome, Ma.
Good evening, all.
You're welcome,
Nice to have you around. Nice to have you here.
We are looking forward to you.
Thank you. Mr. Simon.
Welcome.
Good evening. Mr. Simon, thank you for the wonderful business presentation. I really enjoyed the section, and I believe everyone that is here also enjoyed the section. Thank you so much, Mr. Simon.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Okay. Mr. Simon, you can do justice to muting the rest so that everyone
Right now
will have a one house here. So I can. Okay. All right. Okay. I welcome us all to today's business presentation. And Mr. Simeon has done the most beautiful presentation that everyone who is here today would understand how this business works. Mr. Simon, please, can you help me put up the flyer that has my picture there so that people will be seeing the topic I am talking about today? Is it possible? Mr. Simon, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm doing that already. I'm on it. Thank you. I will do that now.
Okay. Okay. So I want to talk about the 5 words. In fact, okay, the 5 simple ways to build a team. Yes. We have some simple ways that is being listed. If you have seen the flyer that went around for this particular online presentation, you would notice that there are strategies that are outlined in it. And the first one is identify and attract the right people. Okay, so now, how can we identify? But before I go on with that, I think I have to rearrange something. I want to talk about number 2 before I go on to number 1. And number 2 says, provide comprehensive training and support. Provide comprehensive training and support. Remember, we are all here to get the 5 simple ways we can build a team. Okay, we're talking about providing a complete. You cannot give what you don't have. I'm going to practically use myself as an example in
Hello, Ma. You're muted. Please check your mic.
Am I on now?
Yes. You're muted now.
Hello.
You can go ahead, Ma.
I'm going to be talking about the second point, which says support. Now, and I said you can give what you don't have. And how do I mean when I say that one cannot give what the person doesn't have? When I joined P1 Group, what I did first was to get the product knowledge. I had to indulge myself in attending trainings. Now, let me give a short story about when and how I joined the business. In 2020, that was when I learned about P1 Group. 2020 during the lockdown. And I met this beautiful business opportunity on somebody's WhatsApp status. Now, I will not, I will digress a little by not saying how it happened, but I just want to know that I met this business opportunity on somebody's WhatsApp status, on my upline's WhatsApp status, on his WhatsApp status. It's the same person who is my upline till tomorrow. So when I asked about how it is done, coming from a science background, I don't have any idea or whatever. So, but I know a kind of knowledge in some product network marketing that I have been to before. But when you talk about lands, I am a novice. Being that I don't know anything about land, I have to ask, is there anywhere people can go to get knowledge? Is there anywhere the company P1 trains people who wants to be effective in this business? Then, because of the social distancing, I live in the mainland. I have no place I could go to because no center in the mainland has opened for physical or offline presentation. Only what I was getting was online links to join business presentation online. And I was just going with that until because like I said, just during 4 years in the business until fast forward to November, December, one precisely the Diamond said I go attend training every Friday from Agor Palace where I live down to Igondo. This was what happened until fast forward to 2021, whereby centers around me has opened. Now, why am I saying all this success story of mine? To tell you people how I gave in into training. I supported myself by making myself go through trainings about the business. So if you are here as a prospective PBO who is trying to join the business, or as somebody who is already a member of P1 Group as a PBO, give in to trainings, give in and support yourself with training. Online or offline. The message to log in as a success. She called me with the name she knows me with. And she said Damels. That's my business name when I was coming from events because I'm into events before I joined real estate. And she was like, Damels, if I could stay at home and make this money. The lady sold one of her estates at Oka, Amansi Oka, and she was so happy. She made 270,000. And she was like, if she could make this money, then the person that falls from my own money. Can you hear me?
It's breaking badly. We can't hear you.
Hello, ma. It's actually breaking very badly. I don't know if you have to log out and come back. Okay, see, I think we have to wait for her to log out and come back in. So we can actually we really want to hear from her. I don't know. Am I the only one?
I have a clear weather from my end. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so I don't know where where I stopped. Okay, as in where people stopped hearing me. But what am I saying? I have to give in myself.
Please take that provide.
Hello.
Sorry,
okay, somebody said I'm clear.
She was trying to tell us where.
Can I hear you, please?
Yes, we
You
can hear
breaking.
I've not been hearing you, ma.
Point number two. You're going to rephrase that.
Okay. Actually, I have not talked about number one. I decided to start from number two because it says provide comprehensive training and support. Hope somebody can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
You can hear you.
Thank you. So now I said that one cannot give what they don't have. I had to soak myself into the knowledge about the company. And I talked about how I travel because I live at mainland, Agor Palace precisely. I travel from Agor Palace Way down to Igando for people who knows the mainland so well. Because during that time when I joined the business, there were social distancing. And also, because no center has opened in my axis, I had to go that far from Agor Palace Way to Igando in order for me to acquire the knowledge about this company. Because I don't know if people heard when I said I saw this business opportunity on someone. Okay. Hope I'm being here. So now, I'm talking about how we can get comprehensive training and support. If you are here under the sound of my voice, I need you to always get yourself acquainted with the product knowledge about the company. When I joined new, I had to start going to trainings 3 times in a week at different locations. Other centers started opening in 2021. I've also verified 2 other centers where I go to. Every week I go for training at 3 different centers at the mainland. That was how I was able to give in to myself the knowledge I have about this company. And that is why I gave the testimony of the lady who I brought into the company. When she sold the land before me, she made 270,000 by selling the land in Oka. And the lady was so happy. And in her words, she said, Damels, she calls me Damels. That's my business name from events where I'm coming in. And she was like, if I can make this money sitting at home, that means whoever that falls from the money you have made in P1 Group will eventually break the legs. She said it in Igbo, and I laughed over it. But this lady never knew that I have not sold anything in P1 Group, but I have recruited. Why did she have such impression, or why did she say such thing to me? Because of the way I do the presentation of the business plan. She felt that I do it so well, that means I must have sold many lands. So she never had it in mind that I have not sold, and she never knew that she has sold, and she made the first sale before me. Now, that is why I said that you need to get a comprehensive training and support for yourself as a PBO. As an intending PBO, you need to also give in to trainings about the company. Look for places where seminars are being done. Get yourself acquainted with them. You can attend 2 or 3 seminars a week if you have the chance. Now, I move to the next one. Now, I can talk about number 1, which says identify and attract the right people. I want to give us a particular assignment, if I would say that. From every phone, I believe whoever that is on this platform tonight has an Android phone. Because without an Android phone, you can't be able to come through either with your Android phone or with your laptop. That is why you are able to access the presentation tonight. Now, going through the phones we use, we need to attract and identify the right people. Let me give an example. You can't have somebody like Dangote on your contacts and you are telling Dangote to come and join as a PBO. There are places Dangote can join. Dangote can act over something in terms of recruitment. He can decide to sponsor youths of a particular locality. That is how he can be fitted into the recruitment section, not telling him to be joining as a PBO. He can't accept that. And following such people, you can't attain recruitment by following such people who you know that they don't fit into that picture. They can only fit into the picture that concerns recruitment by them sponsoring recruitment of some people. Dangote will fit into you telling him to acquire property if he wants to. That is the aspect he could fit in more, and not to tell him to join as a PBO. He will be telling you he doesn't have the chance to run that. So you need to attract and identify the right people. The assignment I am giving based on number 1 point, which says identify and attract the right people, is for you under the sound of my voice. After tonight, get a book, write down in our phones. I believe the SIM card in our phones has up to 200 to 250 numbers. And I believe the majority of us that our SIM card is filled up. Now, who are those people that is on our SIM card? Who are those people that we have on our SIM card? So we need to identify those people. Write down about 300 names from your phone. I don't know about you hearing me, but I believe that every average adult that has used phone for 6 months to 1 year has over 300 names in his or her phone. Now, who are those people? It can be somebody you start attaching stockfish, somebody you know from the church, somebody you know as a family member, as a friend, and so on. Write out 300 names you feel you will talk to about joining your team, about joining you as a PBO. Write out the names. When you do that, you have to follow them up one at a time. Okay, I am still going to come back to tell you what you will do with the 300 names. It will be surfacing in the other points I'll be making tonight. Now, number 3 point says set clear goals and expectation. How do you set clear goals and expectation? Every month, I myself, Eguchukwu Stella, I have already drawn how many people I need to talk to. If at all I need to share my screen every week, this one, I don't even do it on a monthly basis. Every week, I write out names from my phone contact, the people I need to talk to, the people I need to follow up, the people I need to take to seminars for people that are living closer to me. I do this every week. I put out names of people and I write it on the notepad of my phone. This is how I set my goals in order for me to achieve it before the month runs out. So by me doing it on a weekly basis, writing down names of people I need to talk to every week, I write out fresh names that I need to talk to. Now, by the end of the month, I will do a kind of follow-up. And with that, I have a large team today. So you can also take in that system of setting goals and having a good expectation, follow up towards those people. Now, number 4 says, foster a positive and collaborating culture. Foster a positive and collaborating culture. Now, you need to show up for trainings, just like I mentioned for the providing comprehensive training support. You need to show up. So many people ask questions to me. Irrespective, I have known the PBO compensation plan and most things in Pwan Group. Why do they always see me? This is the word, always, not often. This is the word, always. Why do they always see me in trainings? A lady that asked me this question, I never knew, people can be monitoring you without you knowing. She always noticed that whenever I come for trainings, I might have people that I came with. And she noticed that some of them are prospective PBOs that I'm trying to bring into the system. But she also told me the day she confronted me, or the day she explained to me all these things I'm saying now, she was like that there are times I come to training alone, or I come with already started team members of mine. So why do I always show up at trainings, irrespective that I have known the system? Okay, because she always see me training people at our ambassadors team, which is the power team. And she was like, why do I do that? I told her that this is a culture. I have disciplined myself into doing this. I don't fix appointments on Wednesdays when it comes to coming down to power team for my training. Okay, irrespective that I also have a center where I train people. I made sure I come down to power team also with a lot of people. So she was so a kind of that she admires my strength and the fire in me. If I could know as much as I know, and I always show up in seminars, she said that whenever she sees me, it motivates her. And whenever she remembers that Stella Eguchukwu will be attending training on Wednesday, it motivates her to also come down. And she'll be like, if somebody like Stella Eguchukwu could be attending trainings, why won't she attend training? She that has not known up to what I know. Okay, so that is the culture I have cultivated. That is the culture I have added to my lifestyle for me to show up into training. And I also have this thing I call a culture. I will call it a culture too. Irrespective that I respect people, I always have this defensive shield not to break down when I get a no. We are talking about how we could build a team. I have some people, and I heard them saying that they always get demoralized when they get a no from people they are prospecting. Number 5 says, leverage technology and tools. Now we have different technologies. We have different social media platforms that can help us build our team, that can help us build people into our team. Technology or social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, all this has been made available for people to build team. Now, what have you been using to build your team? If you have been here when I started, if you have been in this and you are hearing me from when I started my presentation, I talked about how I met this wonderful business opportunity. If my upline has not leveraged on the technology, which is the WhatsApp status, I wouldn't have seen P1 Group. If I haven't been checking the WhatsApp status, and if my upline has not been posting, I wouldn't have found out about P1 Group. So no matter if you are getting likes or comments or whatever, keep posting. People are seeing you. Somebody told me something 1 year after I joined P1 Group. That was precisely July 2021, which marks me 1 year in P1 Group. A woman private chatted me from my Facebook Messenger, and the woman said, I was waiting for you to mark 1 year, and you are still posting before I can ask you how this business works. That day, I was shocked to my bones. I never knew that somebody has been monitoring me to that extent. She said that she has been looking out, and even if I'm not a constant poster on Facebook, but she was like, if I can be posting even if it is once a month or once in 2 months, and I do it for 1 year, that is when she would ask me how the business works. And when she asked me that question, she said she has come to ask me how the P1 business opportunity works. I was shocked to my bones, and I had to like, can I have, because I don't have the woman's number, because she just, we are just friends on Facebook. I begged her to give me her WhatsApp contacts. I had to call. I had to kind of pour my heart out to her. I was like, so this slogan, or will I call it a slogan or adage? In Igbo, for those of us that are Igbo, there's something that they said, Onye chereche adeyike, as in somebody who somebody plans for do not have strength. Okay, so I was like, so somebody has been monitoring me for the past 1 year. What if I have given up? What if those times I did not sell, I decided to give up on P1 Group? Because, like I said earlier, the person I brought into the company sold before me. And I have some other points I will need to rush down. Mr. Simon, hope I could take some few minutes more.
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Simon. So I have some other points I would like to emphasize on. I would like us to take up this point. If you are writing, I want you to also note down. You can call it number 6 step. You can call it number 6 simple ways to build a team. Break your activities into small steps. Breaking of your activity into smaller steps. Now, what is the activity you have to do as a PBO in order to build your team, in order to engage your audience? Number 1, there are simple things you need to do on a daily basis. Even if you are not constantly doing them, even if it is once in a week, you remember you were a PBO, please do that. I did not find it funny posting on social media because I wasn't a social media type when I joined P1. Until now, the only place you can find me constantly is on WhatsApp. I'm not a social media type, but I always encourage people to post if they can do that. So now, if you can take up this culture, I need you to write. Now, like I said, number 6 point, breaking your activity into small steps. You can call it your number 6 point though. Posting of flyers in the morning, and also maybe motivating write-ups that will capture your prospective partners. People love going to their WhatsApp status. And I mentioned in number 1, and I said I'm going to talk about it, whereby I said that we should identify and attract the right people. And I told us to write 100 names down. Now, having that number 1 has something to do with this particular point. I have smaller steps. Now, what does it have you have written down? Have a list of those people and group them into 5 by 5, as in talking to 5 people a day. I got that training during 2020 also, during the lockdown. Most of us know Ezekiel Solesi, who is a good trainer in terms of network marketing. I learned the talking to 5 people a day from Mr. Ezekiel Solesi. So now you can decide to group 5 by 5 out of that 300 names. And when you group 300 names by 5, when you group them, what are you going to get? You are going to get 60 days. Now, it is just like you having a 60 days program with the 300 names you have written down on a jotter or on, I want just to have a good jotter for this, not the tiny jotter, so that you can also follow up. You can write whatever anybody told you while prospecting the person. Okay? So now, when you have the list of 300 names, you try talking to 5 people a day. Now, somebody might be asking, what if I'm working, or what if I'm engaged in a work that I will not have the chance to start calling 5 people a day? For people who have the chance, for people who are working from home, they could get the 5 people called at a go. But if you are working or you have a business, you can decide to be doing it at intervals. The call I am asking you to make is not a call of 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Between 3 to 5 minutes highest. You make sure you note down the point you want to tell that person, why he or she should come in as a PBO. What is the benefit the person needs to get? So be it whether you are prospecting somebody to come in as a PBO or maybe client to buy land. But because we are talking about simple ways to build a team, I wouldn't be talking about land today. I'll be talking about, even if you are telling somebody the benefits, you need to tell somebody the points. You need to hit the nail on the head. The points and the benefit the person has to get by being a PBO, which will not take you maximum of 3 to 5 minutes to speak. You don't need to start saying stories so that the person doesn't have to get bored. Now, another point I want us to add to the ones I have made mention is celebrating every small success we have achieved. Now, if you don't have somebody you have registered yet, you can celebrate your success on your WhatsApp status. You can celebrate your success on your social media platform like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever. Maybe if you have, or even if you have not registered anybody, you can act on people's success story. You can also promote yourself. By doing that, somebody somewhere might be like, it seems this business is really paying this lady. There is sometimes I do it to my success line in my group. Well, do you know what I will post? I will just get my picture in my success in my team group, ask my joy. Okay.
Hello, Ma, we can't hear you again.
I also post that.
Hello, Ma, are you there?
To my WhatsApp.
Please, Ma, can you come again? We cannot hear you. We missed
also
some points.
My company, my joy. Are you getting me? Have it. Put it on the WhatsApp on the team. Hello. Okay, somebody is writing.
Go over with that last point.
Can somebody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but it's breaking. Yeah, it's clearer now.
Okay, let me go over with it again.
Hello, Maisha.
Do I have a clear one? I don't know if it's from my end or from.
They're cleaning the kitchen. Well done, my daughter.
Have a thought. If you can.
Can you just log out and log in?
People should learn how to keep quiet when they're on this.
Okay, I should log out and come in again.
Yeah. Okay. Keep talking. Keep talking. Let me see if it's clearer. We can hear you now.
Okay. All right. I talked about the next point I was emphasizing on is celebrating every small success that you accomplish. Celebrating every small success being accomplished. Okay. And earlier, before it started breaking, I talked about how I celebrate success if I have not gotten one. Okay. Now, I myself, I always tell my team members, and I always do this particular simple thing. Sometimes I post to my group my picture, and I can use either I write as a caption or I write on the picture. And what am I writing? I'll just say, my company, my joy, or my work, my joy. Now, because if I'm talking about celebrating every small success, I'm talking about celebrating success in P1 Group. And people will be like, what if I have not gotten anything to celebrate? What if I have not sold land? Or what if I have not gotten anybody to join me? How will I start celebrating what I have not gotten? Now, that is why I said that even at this stage of mine, I normally send, if any of my team member is here, they will attest to this. I normally send my picture in the group, in my registered members group, where I have my success line. I will just send a picture of mine that has the caption, my work, my joy. I always also post this on my WhatsApp status. So now, what is that thing trying to tell you? You don't need to sell land before you post your success out there to people. You saying something like what I just mentioned, celebrating yourself and attaching the business to it, like my work, my joy, or my company, my joy. It shows that somebody somewhere that has been watching you. Remember, I made mention that a woman who has been following me up for the past 1 year after I joined P1 Group, exactly July 21, how the woman came up to me to tell me that she has been waiting for me to constantly post about my business for 1 year before she talks to me or asks me how the business goes. So now I could easily post my picture and write something that will be attaching the company to it. My company, my joy. My business, my joy. And there's a flyer I use. On the picture of mine, you'll be seeing my business name. If you are a PBO today, I need you to have a business name in this real estate that you are a member. Like I said, when I was giving testimony, how the lady that made sales before me called me Damels. That was the name I was answering when I was into events. When I joined real estate, if you go to different affiliates today, what people knows me with is even my business name, not even Eguchiku Stella. Only people who knows me one-on-one, maybe team members, knows me as Eguchiku Stella. Most affiliate knows me as Identity Properties. When you mention Identity Properties in some affiliates, they will be like, oh, I know her. Okay, so there is a picture I took having identity, because I had to get a sticker that has Identity Properties and I paste on my laptop. Now, I have different pictures I posted or I have taken with that same laptop. So when you are seeing Identity Properties on the laptop that is in the picture, and I'm telling you, my company, my joy, you will know I am talking about my real estate company, my joy. Okay, so me talking about celebrating every small success doesn't mean that you must sell land before you celebrate yourself. No, you must not bring in people into the team before you celebrate yourself. No. If
Your
I take
network is too bad.
prospective,
Very, very bad.
hey, my network is clear from my end.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so if I'm talking about celebrating every small success as a point for us to accomplish, it's not a must, it must be from sales or from recruitment. Even if you have the opportunity of taking somebody to a training, taking somebody to seminar, maybe somebody who you want the person to join you, taking that person after that training, tell somebody to take picture with you and those people. I normally do it. If I attend training with my prospective PBOs, that's people who I'm talking to become a PBO, I normally tell somebody, please, can you take us a picture? I'll give the person my phone and they take me picture with those people that I came with that particular day. And I even post it to my WhatsApp group so that my team members can also know that I am still prospecting, that I having them under me doesn't mean I have relaxed, so that they will be encouraged to also do what I'm doing. And I also post on my WhatsApp status. I can also target my partners, my joy. So that is another point I need us to know. I talked about the subsidiary points I have mentioned so far is breaking your activity into smaller steps. And the second one, celebrating every small success you have accomplished. Now, the third one I will mention is list your strong qualities. List your strong qualities. If you are numbering all these points I'm talking about, that means this should be your number 8. List your strong qualities. Now, I need us to, you have to do a check with yourself to know where your quality lies. I, Eguchukwu Stella, my quality lies in one-on-one prospecting. I do that very well and perfectly than not that I can't talk to people online by maybe prospecting people online, no. But I found out that I convince people very well when I am with them one-on-one. Then when I'm using technology, remember that our number 5 points say our number 5 point says leveraging on technology. Now, even if I'm using the technology, let me use WhatsApp as an example to prospect people. I normally, when I beckon on the person, I would ask if the person has a little time to spare to me to place a WhatsApp call or to place a normal call, because I love prospecting with my voice and not typing, because I believe people will tend to, they said conviction is a spirit. I want us to get that today. Conviction is a spirit. Your words are spirit. So for me to prospect with my voice, I found it more interesting than me typing. So even if I'm with you one-on-one, I love prospecting one-on-one, but even if I'm not with you one-on-one, because today I have people in Angola who are under my team, I have people in Liberia, in different countries today who are in my team, and I did not sit one-on-one with them to prospect them. But when I chat the person up, I will demand for a call, 3 to 5 minutes call. And when I do that, I will prospect you via call. And even if I'm not given the chance to use call to prospect, I will use voice notes. So I'm just trying to chip in some things that we need to do. I love prospecting with my voice because I tend to pass the message very, very clear, and it will be understood. And it will be understood. So if you are not doing that yet, if you are the person that loves typing, please, one thing I want, if you don't go with anything today, I want you to go with something. Do not change your goal. Change your strategy. If you are hearing me, I need you to type and send to this group. Do not change your goal. Change your strategy. So if you have been doing it on this particular aspect of always typing, messaging, can you actually tend to use voice to prospect people, you can get more convincing results with it. So that is the number 3 that I want to talk to us about. Okay, you need to list your strong qualities, know where your strength lies. If your strength lies in technology, that is prospecting online, go with it, be serious with it. If your if your strong quality lies in one-on-one prospecting, go with it. Make sure you convey the message to everybody you come across. So that is it. So I'm going to rush up. I still have 2 points to do, which is the 4th one is build a process around what you are doing. Build a process around what you are doing about prospecting consistently. Okay, be disciplined with yourself. Now, I want to talk to people who don't have anything they are doing except from Pwan Group. If Pwan Group is the only business you are doing, it is not a crime. Okay? Because if you do it well, it will be even more than the business you are aspiring to do. I have people who has P1 as their only source of income and they are doing well. And I am one of them. I have to let go of so many things I am into and I had to focus on P1. Now, for me to build a process around what I am doing, being that is having prospecting, being as in prospecting people consistently. What do I do? There are several steps I took in order to caution myself, irrespective that I might be at home on most cases. Do you know what I do? Every morning after I have done my work, I do my work as if I am rushing to an office. I don't use because I have to be at home and I'll be lazing around. I also help, irrespective. I have some of my kids that can take care of the younger ones. I also get involved in making sure that everything goes right in them going to school. And after that, if I have any other thing I do, I rush it up. I take my bed, I dress up as if I'm going to the office. In my sitting room, most of us might have seen my video. For people that know me personally, might have seen my videos that have gone randomly. In my videos, you will think I have a special office where I sit. What I did was to use a corner section of my sitting room. I got this 3D sticker or wallpaper. I did it that area. I got an office chair and a table, an office table too. I kept it at that section. Whenever you see my video, you'll be thinking maybe I have an office that I'm doing that. No. Even if you don't have, maybe you are not living in a spacious place for you to do that. You can just, whenever you want to do, in the morning, you can just dress up and sit down on a chair. I believe that we all will have a chair. So it must not be an office chair, because I wouldn't want in a situation whereby I am giving some points and somebody is like, what if I don't have the 3D setting or the office chair and table setting? What should I do? Dress up. Tell yourself you are going to the office. Sit down on a chair in your house and get your, just like I said, if you have written down your 300 names, get your chair and sit down. Look into who do I need to talk to about joining my team this week or this month. Get yourself ready as if you are in the office. Leave everything that is called distraction and face talking to those people squarely. So you can even do more than 5 people a day if P1 is your only source of income or what you do. But if you are doing business or you are working in an office, you might be saying, what if I'm working? How can I do it? How can I prospect people? I believe that everybody that is working has 1 or 2 times the person might come up to chat or to look into his or her phone. Please, that little time, even if it is for 2 minutes that you have at intervals to look into your phone, instead of you looking for Mama Nkechi to chat up or to look for somebody to say hi, please place a call to somebody you have already had in mind that you need to talk to. or send a message to your WhatsApp status or to your other social media platform. At every spare time you have, look for something to talk about your company so that people will see you showing up. So that is how you can build a process about your prospecting consistently. You need to discipline yourself. You need to sit up every day. You need to know that you have something you have to do. You have a place you need to what? Show up. Now, lastly, I will talk about using the products we have in our company. This is the last point I'm making, and I am handsing up for tonight. Okay. Now, I want us to know that you can build your team using the products we have in Pwan Group. Now, what are the products we have in Pwan Group? I'll be talking about using home ownership. One of the points I'll be talking about under this point is using the home ownership. Are you aware you can use, oh, thank you so much for commending this. Are you aware that you can use the home ownership to bring in people into your team? Now, the home ownership we are talking about, what is it all about? We are talking about the beautiful program. In fact, I want us to give a thumbs up to the GMD, Dr. Jane Obioma Omumbere. Thank God for her life, for our chairman, successful woman. I thank God for this couple every day I wake up. Okay, so now you can use the home ownership to bring people to join you. You can use the home ownership to recruit people into your team. How can you do that? Are you aware that this home ownership we are talking about is you paying for your own land or paying for your apartment for a period of 5 years? And the home ownership now we have is you paying in 20,000 every month for a period of what? 5 years. And if you're a member with 75,000 naira, which is the classic gold registration, you have already made the first initial deposit and you're already a potential landlord or a landlady. So if you're hearing me, if you're under the sound of my voice, you will know that you coming in as a classic gold PBO, you're already a potential landlord or a landlady. Start seeing yourself already as a landlord or a landlady. And if you continue the process of paying 20,000 every month, do you know what you will be achieving? In 5 years, you will be achieving 1.2 million naira. Okay? And you will not be given a land of that. Due to the compound interest and point value, you'll be given a land worth more than what you have put down. Are you getting me? Some of my success lines today are my success line, not just because they want to do the business, as in, not because they want to pursue the business. They came into the business because I explained the home ownership program to them. As you are under the sound of my voice, I'm telling you today, a seamstress can join with the home ownership program. A bricklayer can join with the home ownership program. A vulcanizer on the roadside can join. There are people who are looking for ways they could be landlord or a landlady. Only a child born today who doesn't know her right to her left is a person you will ask, and you will not get to hear that he or she wants to be a landlord or a landlady. From a child of 5 years up to 10 and above wants to be a landlord or a landlady. The only simple difference is that one person gets to achieve that before the other. Now, if everybody wants to answer Baba Landlord or Baba Landlady, now you can tell them that they could achieve this by becoming a PBO. Now you are telling them that they could be paying 20,000 into the home ownership program. And when they pay for 5 years, they'll be achieving buying land to their name. And whoever that you tell this, the person will just ask you. What the person needs to hear is that this company is a sure deal, that the company is legit enough that nothing will happen to their money. So once you have passed the information, once you have clarified that this company is legit, believe you me, they will join you by paying 75,000 naira to become a member. Now, do you know the strategy I also use? I don't just tell people you can become a member, then you'll be paying. I call 55,000 naira the form they have to fill. Are you aware that when you go to the hospital, they will ask you to enroll with a card? You need to pay. For you to take JAMB exam, you need to buy the form. Now, I need to tell them that they will buy form for 55,000 and they will not make their first initial deposit, which is 20,000, making it 75,000. Are you seeing the way an idea I use in bringing people? If I found out that this person will be a hard nut to crack, that if I tell them to become a member and they'll be finding it difficult to say yes, I'll just come through the way of telling them they should buy form. When we were at the era of 52,650, I normally tell them that the form is 37,650, why they make 15,000 naira home ownership. But in this era of 75, I make the person know that the form is 55, why they make their first initial deposit and continue. And now, do you know another way I build my team more? Those people that will not come into the business to pursue the business, I use home ownership and bring them in, and I use the same home ownership to make them build a team. Without them tell them that if they could get their own people, maybe I talk to a bricklayer or maybe a organizer, and I tell the person to come in as a member, or I tell the person to register, to buy form, whatever way I use in making the person register. Do you know what I will proceed saying? Once the person is now doing that 20,000 monthly, I'll now go forward to tell the person, are you aware that if you are also bringing in your colleagues too, or whoever you think that needs this opportunity just like you, are you aware that you'll be making point value? And that point value will be amounting to you making more money for you to buy that land. You'll be making PVs. Are you getting me now? Are you seeing how I enter people? I use the home ownership and I bring them in. Now I will go back to them maybe after 1 or 2 months to convince them to bring more people so that they can be also making more money. So if the person would have actualized 1.2 at the end of the day, the person will be actualizing more money because the person is building team. Now, are you aware that unknowingly to them, I have made them building under using the products in our company to build a team. Now, to conclude my training for tonight, to conclude my own section for tonight, I will talk about the way I use flyers to make people join my business. Now, I'm going to share a little story with us. I met 2 ladies one day, and I decided to share flyer to them. I shared flyers of some estates we have. Now, one of these 2 ladies were paying attention to me. The lady was really a kind of interested about what I was saying. Okay, I could see it all around her, and the other person was just trying to discourage the other person to the point of her telling me with her voice, "Madam, please, all this this marketing thing, we are not in for it." She's now trying to speak for the other person because the other person was not giving into her passes, the face she was making. She didn't have to speak out just for me to get discouraged and leave them. Now, do you know what I did? Thank God Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
now I'm rounding off. Okay, so thank God that she accepted the flyer I gave her. Unfortunately for me, the flyer I gave her was a flyer of one of our Enugu estates, and the flyer has the price 5 million written on it. Do you know what I turned to this lady that was trying to discourage the other? Do you know what I told her? I told her, "Sis, I know you might feel disturbed for me. Sorry if I am inconveniencing you and your friend. But do you actually know that the flyer in your hand, which says Enugu, a property we have in Enugu, that if you are able to encourage somebody to buy it, Do you know you'll be making 750,000 as your commission? The lady now had to look at me, look at the flyer, look at me, look at the flyer. Just by mentioning that she will be making 750,000 drew her attention now, even more than the other person that was initially giving her attention to me. Just by hearing how much she needs to make from the business, if she's able to convince. And do you know the next question she told me? She said, I am from Enugu. Are you telling me that if I am able to convince, there's this my brother that is in diaspora, if I'm able to convince her, if I'm able to convince him about this, that I'll be making 750? I said, yes, dear. If you want to know more about my company, have a date with me and you will know more about sales. And so she was so eager just because I have mentioned this. Now, why did I achieve such success? Because I know what the company says, because I do my work, I do my assignments. If you bring up any price for me today, I will tell you what the commission will be. A land of 1 million, I know what the 15% commission will be. A land of 2 million, I know what the 15% commission will be. Okay, this is how I know about things in this company, because I am doing a background check, a background assignment. I am developing myself in this business. Not that if somebody asks me a question, I won't be able to defend myself. And that is why I was hammering from the onset of this section of mine that you need to know what you are doing. You don't give what you don't have. And you can see the way the lady got attracted immediately by me mentioning that she will earn 750,000. That is how she got immediately attached to me. And believe you me, both of these ladies now started fighting who will register. And both of them were like, I'm not registering under you. This person is telling the other person, I'm registering under this woman directly. Now, funny enough, both of them finally did not agree to come under each other. I don't know if they joined in this link, they would have attested to this. They came on board under my team or under me as in directly. I had two people directly under me because both of them did not agree to be under any of each other. Well, are you getting it now? And that is why I actualized two people added to my team. By what? Using a product in my company. So now I have talked about how we can use home ownership to gain people to join us, and how we can use something like flyer to make people to join us. Our ambassador emeritus today, by name Ambassador Chinelo Obudu, was attracted to this business just by her being around the upline who received 2-point-something million naira commission. They went for where? Most of us know the success story. They went to meeting in their children's school, and this lady had 2-point-something million naira commission. To some of us, we will have such commission and we will not allow the next person beside us to see it. This week, precisely 2 days ago, I used different commissions of different people in my team to wake up the people who are slumber, who are in their sleep. Somebody in my team made 5.6 million this week. About 2 people in my team made 1-point-something million. The other person made 3-point-something million in my team. And I decided to hide maybe their names, not to show, because business is secret and they will not want to people to know them. I had to hide their names, and I just had to showcase whereby they are telling me, Mama, or the person that said, good morning, sis, P1 just paid me 5.6 million. I was just sharing, I was screenshotting the chart or the proof of payment that they were sending to me. Are you getting this thing now? How people made money. And do you know what? People that were at their sleep or slumber started private chatting me. Please, Mama. In fact, I have been dormant enough. Can you tell me how I can resuscitate, or how I can resurrect from this my sleeping? In fact, this proof of payment and this thing you are doing in the team is seriously. Hello.
Sorry, Ma, go ahead.
Hello.
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 Sorry, Ma, go ahead.
Hello. 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 Okay, so I was like, they were private chatting me one-on-one. What can I do to make this money that people are calling? In fact, one of the people I have that resides in Edo, the person that connected me to the man is the teacher that takes my children home lesson as of 5-6 years ago. He connected me to somebody who he talked to that real estate he thinks is a good business. And I had this success line from Edo because I knew him from nowhere before. But from my children's home lesson teacher, who I have explained the business to, in order for him to join me, he stopped taking my children before I joined real estate. He has stopped teaching my children before I joined real estate, because I'm telling you, about 5-6 years ago. But when I joined real estate, he was among the people I reached out to for him to join the business. Now he had to take me to somebody else. He had to refer me to somebody else who registered under 24 hours of me telling the person about the business. I was so shocked that day.
Hello, Ma. We cannot hear you anymore. If you can hear me, can you please unmute yourself?
I talked to him again. Okay, that same day, I talked to the man again, and before I said jig and jack, the man has paid in that same day. So please, when you receive an alert, you can also use your alert if it is somebody close to you that you feel you can share. Even if you have not gotten alert, I also made mention of some points, how you could share things from the company that will make you register people, because but I don't find it easy registering people. I have given you some points today. Try to use the home ownership program to talk to people from henceforth. That should be your this week assignment before we see by next week Sunday again, which another person will be taking another beautiful section. So try to take this assignment by using the home ownership to prospect, or by using your flyer to get people to know what they need to make when they share that flyer. Apart from what I did physically to these two ladies, I have used this with the point five, which says that the technology we should use it, leveraging on the technology and the tools. If I want to prospect people online, I'll just send them. Maybe if I know you come from you hail from Abia State, I can decide to share an Abia State flyer to you. Then I will now write under it, do you know if you can convince somebody to buy from this estate? You are going to be making, maybe if it is a flyer of 2 million, I'll be telling the person you will be making 300,000 as 15% of the money on the flyer. Okay. Now, when I tell the person that thing, the person will be like, because I want to tell us today, if you are prospecting somebody and you are telling somebody about if you become a PBO, you will make making 15% of any amount you sell, or 10%, please, I want you to make reference. Make reference. Don't stop on percentage. For people in my team, they know me. I go with calculator whenever I'm doing presentation for people. If I'm telling you that you are making 15%, I am giving you an example. Assuming a land is 2 million, you are making 300,000. Some people don't know how to calculate this percentage. So you need to make an example with figures, so that the person can understand what you are saying. If you are making an example with 1 million naira land, tell the person you are making 150,000 as 15% if the person is registered as a classic gold. Are you getting it? Make sure you state categorically what the person ought to get. So with this, I will have to tell my Oga at the Mr. Simon, that I am through with everyone. So go on, Mr. Simon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow.